Okay, I feel compelled to make a video, but it's like, it's one of those times where it's like, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna go stream of consciousness. Oh yeah, right, I'm supposed to do an intro. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 nee do 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 ba ba ba. Ba da da dee dee do. Ba ba da 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 do. By the way, I have no idea if I'm ripping off Bing Crosby or what's that Satanist name? He was part of the Rat Pack. They say he invented scat. Whatever. I'm ripping off one or both of those guys. Anyway, this a stream of conscious video goodie. First thing in the morning too. These always go really well, don't they? Look, any video that I post, if I decide, you know what, the quality's not where it needs to be, I'll take it down. Okay? Or any video that doesn't get enough attention, I'm taking it down. Okay? I'll maybe give it a few days, but I'm taking it down. Alright? So don't take this shit for granted. If I do decide to be authentic, as authentic as I can be, talking to a black rectangle, don't take that for granted. Okay? Because it tends to not go well and it gets taken down. Alright? You want this to stay up, give it some attention. Alright, now, I guess the subject of this video is predatory personality types. Alright, and, so I've been listening to Dr. Phil lately, which, what's it called? The Toxic Personality Series. Look, you can get this information from a variety of sources. Okay? In fact, I would recommend that you do so. Because everybody has a different take on it, and everybody makes some good points. Alright? Like, I was just re-listening to his video on the malignant narcissist. Do I have any tobacco left? Hope so. Not really. Goody. That's lovely. That'll be helpful. And, he did point out that he doesn't really like labeling and diagnosis, right? Because, when it comes to aggression, everybody's kind of along a continuum. Should I mention that I think lumping aggression and amicability into the same category and calling that agreeableness is stupid? Well, let me go ahead and put that out there. That's stupid. Okay? But this is what all the clinicians have been using, so that's all we have data on, is this dumb Big Five crap. That doesn't even make any sense. So whatever, so we all end up using the Big Five to get our points across. Look, these people aren't like you. These people aren't like you. Alright? And when it comes to the malignant narcissist, any success you have, anything good that happens to you, anything you accomplish, any new nice thing or nice person that comes into your life, they seem to feel it's like at their expense. It's wild. These are incredibly envious people. Okay? And are resentful when anything, good happens to anybody. Okay, it's wild. And yeah, no, it's not just me saying this. Right? Like last night I was listening to Dr. Phil say it. Oh, well, Dr. Phil's just an entertainer. Dude, you guys don't know anything about Dr. Phil. Yeah, his show is last I checked, it's legal for legal reasons, whatever. It's labeled as an entertainment show. Okay, but this guy does have experience in the field. He is very highly educated, experienced in the field, and he has disclosed that he is genuinely trying to help people. Now, we're not going to get in what ulterior motives Dr. Phil may or may not have. It doesn't matter. The question is it valid information? I'm telling you the answer is yes. Okay? And how many times do I have to promote the surviving narcissist guy? Or Richard Grannon? Or Sam Vaknin? You know? High IQ, high functioning, personality disordered fucking wizard man. Whatever. I don't know, whatever you want to call Sam Vaknin. Okay, but no, he's cutting, you know, like he's coined some of these terms that we're using now. Alright. Guys, these people are not feeding you full of... Well, Sam Vaknin will feed you full of shit, okay? But not really about this, right? Because that could hurt his reputation. He's not going to feed you BS about psychology, right? And if he... You know, I'm tempted to look into his physics. Because he swears up and down what he really is a physics genius, right? That's what his doctorate is in. Supposedly his thesis is fucking great. Well, if he makes the same mistakes that the so-called particle physics make, then yeah, I'm probably not going to be super impressed. Okay, but he is an expert in the study of people with cluster B personality disorders. Because he has all of them. He has all of the cluster B personality disorders. And then some. And some other stuff, including mania. On top of that. It's wild. And then meanwhile, the dude's got literally a mad high IQ. Alright, by the way, don't leave fucking novel-length comments trying to troll me about the flat earth thing. Even if you're successful, dude, if I decide that my reply video sucks, I'm just going to take it down, and then your novel-length comments are going to be removed. See, this is what happens. I responded to a flat earth troll yesterday, but, you know, the auto quality was terrible. Anyway, and then this morning he said some more dumb shit, and I was going to respond to it, but I'm all groggy and I not really thinking, and I delete the old video. I was like, well, I'll go ahead and delete the old video, and I'll just, you know, make this new one. Duh! Permanently deleting the video, permanently deleted the comment. Both of them. Okay, he left 2 novel-length flat earth comments in my comment section. They're gone. Okay, but go ahead and waste your time. I didn't even finish. I was mad at myself, too, because I did want to read it. Because I do enjoy, like, ridiculing these people for the dumb crap they say. Like, one of the things he was saying, I'm not a flat earther, how dare you? Yeah, some of them do that. Some of them will do that, like the Alex Steins. Nothing against Alex Stein personally, mind you. Okay, but yeah, the Alex Steins, the malignant narcissists like Jim Bob. Yeah, I do believe that's what he is. Okay? And it's bad. It's bad. In some ways, you could argue that the malignant narcissist is worse than the full-blown primary psychopath. Because they have a lot of the same traits, tendencies, and behaviors, but they take shit personally. Okay? Psychopaths don't feel things in the body. Like, they don't feel hardly anything. Alright? And you notice certain people, like Dr. Phil, like me, like Mark Passio, listen to what we're actually saying. We're not saying that they don't experience emotion or fear. We're telling you they don't feel it in the body. There's an important distinction there. Sam Vaknin's talked about this as well. Okay, people are like, are you putting yourself in the same category as these folks? Yeah, and putting Mark Passio in the same category as folks, too, which is pretty dubious. But no, don't believe me. Listen to these guys. Alright, and another thing is success. Okay, right, let's get back to the success part. Yeah, no, if like, there's some sayings out there, right? There's some famous quotable quotes along the lines of that only, how do they put this? Only successful people have enemies, right? Another way to say that is only people with power have enemies. And yes, some of us do have to assume more power and more responsibility, because if we don't, one of these spiritually diseased, this is another way to look at it, okay, a very valid way to look at it. These are spiritually diseased individuals, and they will take that, as Michael Tsarian calls it, that black square of power unless you do. Okay, so some of us do have to drive these usurpers into the sea. because they're not real leaders for the most part, okay? The difference between a leader and a boss, I'm going to say it again. I will repeat things I think are important. The difference between a boss and a leader is a boss will tend to try to keep you in your place, right? And just boss you around. A leader will train you to be a leader. Okay, leaders create more leaders. Get it? Well, if you don't worry about it, you will. Just apply that to your life, and you'll see what I mean. And yes, leaders are more rare, right? They're not like non-existent. And I'm not saying all of them are necessarily all that good either. This is what the U.S. Army, presumably all the military branches, this is kind of the way they operate. Okay? They ain't looking to have a bunch of permanent sergeants and permanent bossing around a bunch of permanent privates. That's not how it works. Okay? Your sergeants are supposed to encourage, they're trained to encourage privates to cover down and provide leadership when it's necessary. Okay? They're supposed to encourage that behavior. They're supposed to teach leadership. So these privates can, grow up and be sergeants. I could say some really cynical stuff right now, but I'm gonna digress. You get the point, I hope. All right, but understand these creatures. All right, it might seem really melodramatic where I keep threatening to put Jim Bob in jail. Okay, but understand these people are vindictive. All right, and as Dr. Phil put it, and again, please, listen to Dr. Phil, hello. Like, he even said it. He said, look, if you don't believe that I'm giving you the straight and the skinny, or however you put that, check out the other experts in the field. You're going to find they're going to tell you the same stuff. Anyway, where were we? Dude, guys, if you even criticize it, or if they, in their mind, decide that you're a critic of them, they will plan and execute acts of revenge against you. All right? They're bad news. And I was not put on this earth. See, people get totally the wrong impression because they're narcissists and psychopaths. Okay? And they can't comprehend what it is that I'm actually doing. Right? They only think in terms of power. It's wild. All right? But no. My God did not put me on this earth to take down Jim Bob or to expose him. All right? Some people have been trying to egg me on, trying to use that as a motivator. That is not my motivation. Okay? Jim Bob is not my enemy. Ignorance is. It's ignorance that I want to drive into the sea. I don't know why I want to do that to the sea. That's kind of a mean thing to do to the sea. You get what I'm saying? But I know Jim Bob and creatures like him can't understand that. All right? And then there may be a day that this comes to the head. And then I have to take him down because he'll insist on it. See, I wanted to just leave me the F alone, but... Now, the good news for me and anybody else that Jim Bob might try to be conspiring against, right? Because they use triangulation. They do get conspirators to, they'll tell lies about you to, different people, maybe people to tarnish your reputation and to discredit things that you say. Guys, I don't want to belabor this. Okay? The point of this video, I guess, is just really, you need to understand the seriousness of the shit that we're dealing with. Some of us do have to step up. Okay? We do have to step up and take additional responsibility because, look, we're going to get exactly the amount of tyranny or authoritarianism, however you want to put that we tolerate. Okay, the amount of tyranny / authoritarianism that we're willing to tolerate is the exact amount that we're going to get. Understand this. Okay, and as you get more and more successful, you are going to have enemies. Some of them will be dangerous. You must understand how they operate. This is why I cannot stress enough that you need to study these predatory behaviors. And yes, we like to use little categories and descriptors and shit. All right? But understand, what you're looking at, though, is certain behavior patterns. Okay? Certain personality traits. All right? And you do get combinations of these. Right? Like, you get somebody that's both... well, see, Owen's a trip, dude. Owen Benjamin's a trip, dude. Because he's borderline personality disorder like a motherfucker. Okay. Yeah, if I had any money for him to sue me for, I would still say it. Because the amount of oversharing is off the charts. It's off the charts. Like, I think his real middle name is TMI. I really do. Right, so to me... Really, he gives us way too much information about himself and his life. And people in it, and then he'll also lie about it too, dude. Oh my goodness! But let's not assume that his enemies are good people. Far from it. If you see someone that's constantly on Owen Benjamin all the time, you know you're dealing with an effed up person, because that makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay, it's really, really, really weird to obsess on one person, all day, every day. Okay, and yeah, I've made comments that maybe Jim Bob is paying Motorius to put all this anti-Owen Benjamin content, but like I'll also say, dude, no, if anything, I think it's more likely that Owen Benjamin is paying him to do it. Hello? What? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, you know what? If you're that simple-minded, never mind. You don't need to listen to anything I say, because you can't. You don't have the. You don't have the... Look, I'm just going to say it. You're just not intelligent enough to benefit from the shit that I say. Okay? So, move right along. By the way, guess that's an emotionally manipulative tactic. You're supposed to go, no, fuck you, I am smart enough. I'm going to show you, I'll prove it to you. See what I'm doing? Trying to manipulate you into doing something that will serve you and the rest of humanity. I get that's really grandiose thing to say. Okay, but bare minimum, okay, even if you live like a kind of a normie life, live kind of a normal life, you're going to want to study this stuff and listen to what Dr. Phil's saying here. He doesn't mince words. He admits, okay, that yes, these people are power seekers and they will get into high positions of power sometimes. Okay, in fact, It seems like when you're dealing with people in positions of power, they're usually almost always these sorts of predatory people. I don't know how many exceptions there even are. Okay, and so we have to I almost hate to use the word fight, but I don't know, dude. Like, people that don't think that this is a fight and they need to take it seriously, like it's a WAR. I don't know, dude. I have to wonder if you're controlled opposition, David Icke. Well, if you're still fighting it, then you're... What? Like the animated contest of liberty? I don't know, dude. Guys. Okay? Like, this is serious business. I'm not saying you can't have fun with it. Absolutely you can have fun with it. There's a strong argument can be made that if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Okay, but if you're just having fun with it and you're not learning about yourself and your enemy, that's another fun thing. Is even studying, even if you're not cluster B personality disorder, studying them can help you learn more about yourself in a number of different ways. Right? You can kind of look at how you interact with people, and that'll teach you a bit more about yourself. But also, we have what they have. Okay, they just don't have what we have. Okay, narcissism, psychopathy, these are not, well, I'm just going to say they're, as Bachman puts it, they're not a presence, they're an absence, right? Narcissism is not a thing, it's a lack of certain, personality traits. They keep people in check, right? Same with the psychopathy, right? Like these people, they don't operate anything like a normal human being. Or normal, neurotypical, okay? Give me an excuse. I want to know if you're listening to this video. What is your excuse for not studying this material in depth? So that you can understand, so you can be able to identify these people, identify their behavior, and know how to deal with them. Why is that? Even if you don't have much ambitions, you're not willing or whatever able to take on assumed additional power and additional responsibilities in the world. How is that not helpful in your own life? You want to be predated upon? Do you want your friends and family and your children to be predated upon without recourse? Because you don't understand what these people are, how to identify them, how to operate, and how to go after them and take them down. Because really, like just take the malignant narcissist, and this is why they have so many people after them, and this is why they have to be on their toes constantly. Oh, okay. Right? Because they do piss a lot of people off. Big time. Right? They step on a lot of heads. Right? And so there'll be like a whole host of people, including other personality disordered individuals, that will take any opportunity they can to take that person down. If for no other reason, just because they know that they're vindictive. And that they're going to have to if they don't take that person down, they're going to have to go the rest of their life wondering if they're going to be have revenge taken upon them, suddenly, unpredictably, and without warning. Okay, these are not nice people. All right, and many, if not most, of all of your politicians, your media personalities. Oh my gosh, you know what? And we're not going to get into other fields. They are these creatures. How are you going to spend your whole life not having an in-depth understanding of these dynamics? How are you going to do that? How are you going to do that? And I see it too. I see it in people's comment sections and stuff. Just listening to these narcissists and psychopaths and let them feed your head full of crap. Okay, so I know you're not studying this material. I want to know the excuse. Let me know your excuse in the comments section why you're not studying this material in depth. Okay, and that's about all. I appreciate you, and yeah, you're delicious. Bye.